What's up, welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with my 2026 Grammy nominations reaction. I'm going to talk about all the major categories, who got nominated, who got snubbed, what the surprises were. Last week I gave my nomination predictions, went through all these categories, so now we'll see how I did and where we're at. At the top you have Kendrick Lamar with 9 nominations, followed by Lady Gaga with 8, Bad Bunny with 6, and Sabrina Carpenter with 6 as well. All 4 of them nominated for Album of the Year. That was really expected, nothing too shocking about that. Also in Album of the Year, we have Tyler, the Creator for Chromacopia, which is something I talked about as a strong possibility, but not a lock. Makes some sense. I'm very happy to see Clips here for Let God Sort 'Em Out. It's, of course, nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year, which we knew would happen. It's the favorite to win, I would think. But to get into Album of the Year as well, my personal Album of the Year in 2025, very exciting. Also here, perhaps more surprisingly, is Justin Bieber for Swag. Obviously, he was in the mix here, but there's a lot of competition in the category. It was by no means a lock, but he did get nominated. The biggest surprise, though, in Album of the Year would have to be Leon Thomas for Mutt, something I did mention as a possibility, but not something I predicted. And he completes the grouping there. And what that means is there's some significant star power that was in the mix here that did not get the top nominations, such as Lorde, such as Miley Cyrus. The K-pop Demon Hunters album did not, in fact, get the top prize for a nom, although there's nominations elsewhere that we'll see in a second. And of course, The Weeknd, not nominated in Album of the Year. Not the first time he's missed, but he's previously been a staple, so it's, I think, still a bit of a surprise. Song of the Year, we have some songs we expected to be here, right? Bad Bunny with Debut and Mouse Photos, the title track. Sabrina Carpenter for Man-Child, Lady Gaga for Abracadabra, all expected, as was Huntrix, K-pop Demon Hunters, EJ song. Golden, we knew that would be here. It is, as is Rosé and Bruno Mars for Apathy, the biggest year in K-pop history in terms of high-end Grammy nominations. Granted, these are songs that are predominantly in English, but still very significant and kind of the first of its kind. Billie Eilish is here for her one-off single Wildflower. Bit of a letdown in the sense that when you nominate everything Billie ever does, then it's almost like you didn't nominate anything to me. Like this is like the second or third time she's gotten a top prize for like a one-off single. It was Everything I Wanted was the same way. It's a bit tired to me personally. Doechii is here for Anxiety, which I mentioned as a possibility, something I was expecting to happen given her Grammy rap album win last cycle. Pretty cool. And Song of the Year, of course, we also have Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther. That was pretty much a lock given how both of them individually have been such Grammy stalwarts. So that's Song of the Year, which is very similar to Record of the Year, but there are some differences. In Record of the Year, we still have Wildflower, the Bunny track. We have Luther, Abracadabra, Apathy. No Golden, but Apathy getting in both is pretty cool, pretty sick. Man-Child's here once again as well. Anxiety's here once again as well. The difference, though, is Chappell Roan is also here for The Subway. Another kind of one-off single, kind of getting the Billie treatment, in my opinion. Overall, nothing too shocking in those categories. Best New Artist, kind of in line with expectations, pretty good overall. You knew Alex Warren would be here, although his, big hit this year, Ordinary, not being nominated for the top prizes with Song of the Year, I guess you could call that a surprise. I had been predicting that to happen. Nonetheless, Alex Warren is here for Best New Artist. Maybe that means he's not necessarily the favorite we would have thought he would be in the category, alongside Leon Thomas, who maybe he is the category, considering Mutt was nominated for Album of the Year. Somber is here. Lola Young is here. Addison Rae is here. All expected. I have some quibbles about Addison Rae being called new. Talked about that last week. It's her first album. I think it's fine in the end. Cat's Eye is also here, something that we knew was possible. There seems to be a big Cat's Eye push. They also got some pop genre noms as well, which is a bit surprising, but nonetheless it's there. Then you have Olivia Dean and the Marias as well. So who does that mean who didn't get in? I mean, obviously there's a lot of people. I think Megan Maroney was in the mix here. She didn't get through. It's pretty much in line with expectations, and they didn't nominate someone who was glaringly not new like Pink Panthers or Rosé, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall. Best Pop Solo, you have Chappell Roan for Subway, Justin Bieber for Daisies, Lady Gaga Disease, Lola Young Messy, Sabrina Carpenter Man-Child. I'm expecting Man-Child and Gaga to do really well overall across their fields, but maybe Bieber is stronger than we expected. Pop duo group performance, I'm just kind of surprised to see Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande here for Defying Gravity. I just was assuming that version of a song that already existed wouldn't actually be eligible. Whatever. Golden is here. Cat's Eye is here for Gabriella. Not my favorite song of theirs, to be honest. It is what it is. Apate is here again, which is sick. And then SZA and Kendrick are here for 30 for 30 off the SOS Deluxe from last year. Very inspired nomination. I love that track. Was not expecting that. Best Pop Vocal Album, Bieber, Gaga, Carpenter. Makes sense. Miley, nice to see her get something. And then Teddy Swims, which I wasn't expecting. Interesting. What that means is Lorde is shut out of basically everything. Dance Electronic Album, I think it's a really strong category overall. FKA Twigs, Pink Panthers, Skrillex are here. Fred again, who I forgot 10 days from last year was actually in this cycle. Love that he's here as well. Great nom. And then Rufus Du Sol. What that means is Kaytranada actually missed out in this category, which looks pretty stacked overall. I love Pink Panthers getting nominated for Dance Pop Recording with Illegal. Also, I love seeing Zara Larsson get a little love with Midnight Sun. Love that album quite a bit. Kaytranada did get a dance electronic recording album for his song Space Invader, which is my favorite song off that album, so that's nice. Also love that Fred Again's here at Victory Lap. Great track. And then lastly, I just want to shout out Hayley Williams for her album Merzapine from earlier this year, getting some love in the rock category, which is cool. She got a handful of noms. Very nice. I want to point out Best Alternative Music Album, which is super cool because Tyler, the Creator, got nominated for Don't Tap the Glass, his second of 2 albums in this cycle. Chromacopia, of course, nominated for Album of the Year, also nominated for Best Rap Album, but then Don't Tap the Glass, the more recent album, the album I actually prefer, got a nom in a different category. You know, think about back in the day, a few years ago, Tyler was talking about how when Igor was winning in the rap categories, he was like, they just kind of put me in that box. You know, they call him urban. They put him in rap because he's black. And now there's actually more of an understanding of, hey, you know, you're not actually always making the genre you came up making. I think it's a nice bit of progression for someone who's actually quite the Grammy darling at this point, Tyler, the Creator. Best Rap Album overall, Clips for Let God Sort 'Em Out, Kendrick Lamar for GNX, Tyler for Chromacopia, all locks. Very, very easy to see that happening. Jid here for God Does Like Ugly, which I was hoping would happen. I like that. And then something that I also expected and talked about last week, Glorilla is here for Glorious. Glorilla also becoming a bit of a Grammy favorite. We knew that from her getting some song nominations last year and then immediately being nominated for Best New Artist when she blew up. And that was actually like an on-time Grammys having their finger on the pulse type thing when that happened a few years back. So Best Rap Album category, honestly pretty good. You know, this hasn't been the most potent year for rap, especially with like newer faces. But, you know, there's no like glaring omission, which is what I'm most happy with. Best Rap Song, you have The Birds Don't Sing from Clips. I mean, it wouldn't have really been my pick. That's obviously what they put forward. I mean, I would have went with like FICO or, you know, Ace Trumpets. There's So Be It. There's a lot of candidates. Wouldn't have been my first choice. Nonetheless, it's kind of the more like, you know, Grammy-ish type song, you know, with the John Legend chorus and whatnot. I get it. Doechii here for Anxiety, who's maybe the favorite given her strength. Glorilla for TGIF, great track. TV Off from Kendrick, that's probably the pick. And then Tyler and Friends with Sticky. Strong category for sure. Pretty reminiscent of the past year. Best Rap Performance, you have Cardi B with Outside. Clips with Chains and Whips, also featuring Kendrick. Doechii again for Anxiety. Kendrick again for TV Off. And then Tyler and Tizo for Darling I. And then Best Melodic Rap Performance, Friday and Meek Mill, Proud of Me. That's a surprise. Was not expecting that. You have a Jid, Tyler, and Black song Wholeheartedly. That's fine. Kendrick and SZA for Luther. Makes sense. Party Next Door and Drake are here for Somebody Loves Me. And then lastly, you have a Terrace Martin song, We Mage. Somebody Loves Me from PND and Drizzy. What that means is Nokia's not nominated. What the heck happened here? That's a miss. And maybe that wasn't submitted. I don't know the detail there, but that's a little ridiculous. Like that's the signature rap track that came out this year. Obviously the Kendrick stuff's from last fall, right? That's that's a miss to me. Also, I want to note that Central C got overlooked. I like that album quite a bit. Frankly, I would have put his album in the album category if it was up to me. British rap continues to struggle, I guess, at these nominations. We're not all the way there yet. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with these 2026 Grammy nominations. Let me know which nom are you most excited about, which snub are you most mad about, and everything in between. Leave a comment, let me know. And for more Grammy talk, including my official predictions when we're closer to the ceremony in February, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.